Hello everyone, this is MJ, and you are at my channel called Reading This Life. My channel is where we talk fiction, friends, and fun. Today, it's a Bookish Bulletin. And remember, before we get started, I'd appreciate it. Welcome if you are brand new, and welcome back if you are a subscriber. In this type of video, what we do is we're going to go through polls and quizzes that have been on my community tab. We're going to go through the books that I've read. We're going to go through what I'm currently reading, and also the books that I want to read. Then we're going to wrap it up by going through like a video rewind, talk to you about what has been on my channel, and also what may be coming up on my channel. So let's get into quizzes and polls. I think I did more polls than quizzes this time around. All right, I've got my glasses on. Let's see. So the first thing that I asked, it was just, I wanted to know what you guys wanted to do that weekend. If you want to do a sprint, if you wanted to go live for coffee and BookTube talk, or if you just wanted to take a break and read. So everybody voted for getting together live and talking BookTube. If you are new to my channel and you are interested in BookTube, you're interested in the workings of BookTube, you want to peek behind the scenes of BookTube, you want to hang out with other creators, this is something that I do every other Saturday, and we chit-chat about BookTube. I have been interviewing other BookTubers to get their origin stories, to ask them questions, and allowing the audience to also ask them questions. This week, coming up, we have a special guest. It is going to be Michael K. Vaughan, and because he's a special guest, we have a special time. July 9th at noon Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you are in the world, you can work it out. But it's going to be Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time, one-on-one conversation with Michael K. Vaughan, and then opening it up to the audience if you have questions. He is a favorite of so many. He is the first subscribed booktuber of so many viewers. So I'm sure it's going to be fun. And maybe Roger will be there too. All right, so just to let you in on that. That's going to be happening this Sunday. All right, so let's get to another. Oh, this was an interesting one. I wanted to know what my community thought about Patreon. And the question was, my inquiring mind wants to know about my community and their thoughts about Patreon. Full disclosure, I currently support 2 fellow creators on Patreon. 70% of you said, no, it's not my thing, thanks for asking. 30% of you said, yes, Patreon is great and I enjoy the extra perks and or content. Now, I just wanted to gauge my audience. I don't have anything planned, maybe in the future, but nothing for right now. So we're just gonna stay as is. Relax, don't worry. But I will tell you that I often crave to do more content. I would love to do what the other creators that I follow do with like daily reading updates and, behind the scenes vlogs and fun stuff like that. So it may be happening sooner than later. I haven't really formulated anything, but just know that that may be happening in the future. And it's for whoever wants to participate, whoever wants to partake in those extra perks. That's all. It's no biggie. I'm not here to become a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? I said, let's do a poll. What are you most looking forward to now that summer is here in the Northern Hemisphere? 9% of you said vacation, holiday away from home. Oh, I'm sorry. 7% of you said fun day trips. 9% of you said vacation, holiday away from home. 12% of you said Garbagus. 19% of you said enjoying the weather and being outside. 52% of you said cool drinks with good books. That's all summer is to me, man. I don't need to go anywhere. I just need a nice beverage and a good book and be outside too. Awesome. All right, then I wanted to know your least favorite genre to read. I had a quiz the last time, and I asked you all what my least favorite genre is to read, and the answer is history. So I wanted to ask you all. So for your least favorite genre to read, 9% of you said historical fiction, 15% of you said science fiction, which surprised me a little bit. 22 said horror, And 53% of you said romance. So I think we can all agree on the romance bit. That's not my style. Once in a while, but I don't gravitate towards it. All right, then I asked you guys about my upload schedule. So right now I upload videos on Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and every other Saturday. Or if there's anything extra that I want to put out there, that's like icing on the cake. But my standard schedule are those 4 days. So, 10% of you said daily content, please. 18% of you said maybe just add one more day. And 73% of you said, let us miss you a bit. So that's okay. I'll miss you too. But when I put out extra videos, don't feel obligated to watch them. You can watch them whenever you want. I'm just going to put them up. Because as a creative, I want to get it out. I want to create. I want you guys to enjoy what I'm making, which is really cool. All right, and I think that's it. Yep. And then, the last thing is I signed up for Threads today. Threads is like a conversation that you have on Instagram. Well, no, it's Instagram based, but you have to have an Instagram account in order to use Threads. So I opened up my account again on Instagram. Now I'm not on it. I'm not looking at anything. I don't have any friends. I don't have any posts. Don't even follow me on there because it's private. I'm not doing anything with it. But I needed it to get in Threads. So you can find me on Threads at Reading This Life. And I'll tell you what, day one has been pretty awesome to connect with bookish people and bookish types and publishers and favorite beverage companies and all that stuff. It's been a lot of fun so far, day one. And I like not having ads. I'm not gonna lie. I like not having ads. And a lot of my familiar friends are over there, so I was able to say hey and friend up with them. But, you know, it's just something different. Now, if DMs come into the picture, I'm out. I'm not putting up with that stuff. No thanks. I don't need that content. I don't need people reaching out and, you know, all that. No thank you. That's for quizzes and polls. Now, let's get into Goodreads and talk about what I read. Okay, so the biggest accomplishment was I finished Lonesome Dove. I finished Lonesome Dove with like 1 day to go in the month, and I did it all, and it... Okay. So I don't think I'm going to do a dedicated review to Lonesome Dove, because there's been a few out there, and, you know, I really don't have a lot to add to the conversation. The only thing that I'm adding is my take. It's the first third of the book is a slow burn. Understandable. We're learning, you know, the world, we're learning the environment, we're learning all the characters, their tics, what they're doing, etc., etc. The second part kicks in a little. The last section is awesome. Lots of interesting things going on. We're losing some people, we're missing some people. There is a loss in this book. There is some love in this book. There's some interesting situations. There's some strange conversations for sure. What did I rate it? I rated this book 4.5 out of 5. Why did I not give it 5 stars? Because it just felt flat to me. As a female reading this, I can see why men love this book, okay? You grew up with cowboys, cops and cowboys, and, you know, playing games as a kid and all that. This is basically an adult, I mean, really, it's like an adult cowboy and Indian story. This reminded me of a soap opera. And every chapter seemed to give you another episode, like an episodic show. Geared for men, though. Okay. I mean, there's what's there not to like? There's cowboys, there's guns, there's Native Americans, there's females that I hate using that word. but you know what I'm talking about. Girls for Hire. Let me read you my review. Was it written well? Oh my gosh, yes. Definitely immersed in the world. 100%. I finished it on June 29th. Here it is. So I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5. Part 1 was a slow burn. Love parts 2 and 3 much better, and they seem to move faster, no? I think as a woman, I just didn't get the 5-star appeal or that it was the best book I've ever read. Boys love cowboys, adventure, yep, and access to horrors. Sorry, not sorry. Is it well written? Yes. Is it immersive? Yes. Do you get attached to the characters and care for their well-being? Absolutely. But something about it just falls flat for me. I honestly love the Hellbitch saga just as much as I loved Gus. And that's true. So, reflecting back on my experience with Lonesome Dove, I said to myself, will I ever read this again? Will I ever do a reread? I think I will. I honestly do. I did the audiobook, I did the physical book, and I did the ebook. So I had all 3 going. The audiobook was a 2014 production, I think, which just gave Gus the best voice. Yeah, so, and here's my Gus. That's my Gus. That's who's in my head. Good old Sam. Is it Sam? I can't think of his last name, but you know who I'm talking about. All right, then I read The Satan Sleuth. Yes, this is book number 2 in the series. This is The Werewolf Talks Tonight. And The Satan Sleuth review is going to go up after this video. So it's probably going to go up Friday morning sometime. And that is a paperback from hell. So stay tuned for that. That book I gave 3.5 stars. But if you want to learn more about the author, more about the series, more about Paperbacks from Hell, great video to check out. All right, then, did I read anything else? I don't think so. That was pretty much it. Oh, yes, I did. Oh, wait, no, that was July. Well, we're going to count it. Okay, so those were my last 2 reads for the Lonesome Dove was my last read for June. Then I started The Satan Sleuth. And then as a part of Criminali's Patreon perks, it was my month to pick a book to buddy read with him. So with the recent passing of Cormac McCarthy, I said, we're going to do The Passenger and Stella Maris. And he was okay. He was fine with it. I'm hoping he does a full review on his channel so you guys can get his sense for it. But I'll tell you what, I read this for the first time in January. And I'll put a link here to my original video. Loved both of them, 5 stars for each. And those books have sat with me and have been in my mind for the past 6 months. At least once a week, I think back on those books. And I don't know why. I don't know what it is about it, whether it's the dialogue, the unanswered questions, the interesting characters. It could be anything. But I reflect on those books a lot. So I could not wait to get started with these for a second go around. I got them both from the library, and I also had absolutely, but something about it just falls flat for me. I honestly love the Hellbitch saga just as much as I loved Gus. And that's true. So, reflecting back on my experience with Lonesome Dove, I said to myself, will I ever read this again? Will I ever do a reread? I think I will. I honestly do. I did the audiobook, I did the physical book, and I did the ebook. So I had all 3 going. The audiobook was a 2014 production, I think. Which just gave Gus the best voice. Yeah, so, and here's my Gus. That's my Gus. That's who's in my head. Good old Sam. Is it Sam? I can't think of his last name, but you know who I'm talking about. All right, so that was Lonesome Dove. Then I read then I read The Satan Sleuth. Yes, this is book number 2 in the series. This is The Werewolf Talks Tonight. And The Satan Sleuth review is going to go up after this video. So it's probably going to go up Friday morning sometime. And that is a paperback from hell. So stay tuned for that. That book I gave 3.5 stars. But if you want to learn more about the author, more about the series, more about Paperbacks from Hell, great video to check out. All right, then, did I read anything else? I don't think so. That was pretty much it. Oh, yes, I did. Oh, wait, no, that was July. Well, we're going to count it. Okay, so those were my last 2 reads for the Lonesome Dove was my last read for June. Then I started The Satan Sleuth. And then as a part of Criminali's Patreon perks, it was my month to pick a book to buddy read with him. So with the recent passing of Cormac McCarthy, I said, we're going to do The Passenger and Stella Maris. And he was okay. He was fine with it. I'm hoping he does a full review on his channel so you guys can get his sense for it. But I'll tell you what, I read this for the first time in January. And I'll put a link here to my original video. Loved both of them, 5 stars for each. And those books have sat with me and have been in my mind for the past 6 months. At least once a week, I think back on those books. And I don't know why. I don't know what it is about it, whether it's the dialogue, the unanswered questions, the interesting characters. It could be anything. But I reflect on those books a lot. So I could not wait to get started with these for a second go around. I got them both from the library. So I had an ebook going along with an audiobook. So I'm listening to the audio, I'm following along with the words, and I'm making notes in my scribe, okay? What a wonderful experience. I wish I did that the first time around. The first time around, I just did the audiobook, and I still got a lot out of it. But McCarthy's writing, there's something about it. I feel as if readers, especially like people that aren't very familiar with McCarthy's writing, you know how he doesn't like quotations or anything like that, punctuation. I think the reader may get lost in his style, and that may be a turnoff. That may put people off to Cormac McCarthy. Listening to the narration, the way that the conversations and the prose is supposed to be listened to or read with the eyes, I think adds value to the conversation, especially with Stella Maris. Stella Maris, if you don't know, is a companion book to The Passenger. And Stella Maris is basically a conversation between 2 people. And in the audiobook, you hear the environment. You hear a cigarette lighter. You hear a tape deck going off and on, recording the sessions. There's a lot that is missed. That's just, it's not, you can't get that from reading the book. Okay, you can get that from your imagination if you're, trying, whatever. But the audiobook brings those words on the page to life, and there's nothing quite like it. So if you read The Passenger and or Stella Maris and you felt like you did not get enough out of it, or you DNF'd it, and you're willing to give it another go, give it a chance and do the audiobook. I'm telling you, pair them together, it's life-changing. It's life-changing. And also, I was listening to the audiobooks at like 1.2%. I didn't really do 1.5. I only did like 1.2. By doing that, it makes you a bit of a faster reader too, which is really cool. So, The Passenger and Stella Maris, 5 stars, both of them, again for the second time. Will I revisit these books again? Absolutely. Absolutely I will, because I still have a lot of questions. And I think there's different things that you could pick up from different books at different times in your life. And these two hit me really hard, especially this week. But yeah, 5 stars for both. So if you haven't read it, check it out. Okay, so that's what I've read. What am I reading right now? Okay, so I am in the middle of a lot of open books. All right, let's see. So Goodreads tells me that I have... Okay, so East of Eden I picked up first this month. East of Eden, I got through the first 2 chapters. It wasn't gripping me. I wasn't that interested in it, and I put it down. I'm like, I need something else after Lonesome Dove with a little something something. So this is the one that I picked up. So I started 1984 by George Orwell. That is a buddy read with Greg at Another Bibliophile Reads and Alan at Big Hard Books and Classics. They're having a Voxer group for people that want to read the book or want to do a reread. So that's going on now. I think I'm on chapter 4 for that. And then last night I felt like something completely different. Hashtag mood reader. So this is by B.R. Yeager, and this is Burn You the Beep Alive. Burn You the F Word Alive. Yeah, look at that cover. Woo, it looks good. I started this last night, and I am that much in already. I'm like 130 pages in, which is pretty fast reading for me, but it's a book of short stories. It's a little on the disturbing side. They are very interesting and they are holding my attention, and I am loving his writing style. So that's what I'm reading right now. What do I want to read in the future? I want to finish that, hopefully this weekend, hopefully by tomorrow night. Then I want to get back to 1984, and I really want to give East of Eden another go. I think I just wasn't in the right headspace and it wasn't the right book for me. So I'm hoping after these two, a little bit of horror, a little bit of science fiction, I'll be ready for East of Eden. So cross your fingers with that. All right, so let's talk about what has been on the channel. I did some shorts this week. Woohoo! All right, so we did. We have Garbagish shorts we put up there. The first one was a little Dynasty-esque, a little racy. Then we did a BookTube Real Talk reading outside the genre lines. Support small BookTube, the rock and roll BookTube tag. I did a vintage haul of the Baroness collection that I picked up on eBay. Talked about my TBR. My Garb August 2.0 announcement video came out, and then my reread of Stella Maris and of The Passenger and Stella Maris. So those are all your videos. You have this one today. Tomorrow you're gonna have a review of The Satan Sleuth, book number 2. Then on Saturday it's gonna be a book haul, and on Sunday we're gonna be talking to Michael K. Vaughan. So those are the rest of the videos for your week. All right, everyone, that is it here from me. I hope you are all doing well. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself so you can take care of others, and I will see you in my next video, whether that be sooner or later. So until next time, everyone, goodbye for now.